From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Nerds Doing Nerd Things. On today's show, we are talking about the D23 Expo that just happened this weekend, and it got really entertaining, let me put it that way. A lot of stuff was covered between parks, movies, animation, games, surprisingly. But we're going to...
I apologize for the noise in the background. I currently cannot find my secondary TV remote, so I cannot mute my TV.
I can't hear it anyway. So
okay,
we're going to go into some of the highlights from the weekend, but before we get into that and the question Susie made, let's introduce who we got today. As always, it is the two favoritist people on the show. We're going to start from down under, because he's underneath both Susie and I. It's Mr. Izuku Midoriya. What's going on, Deku?
Wait, why is that my name?
Look at your shirt.
Oh. Still not my name.
Okay, fine, Melisjaw. Is that better?
Thank you.
No, his name now is Ariel.
Ariel. Oh, because of the red hair? Got it. Cool.
Well, because you also said from down under.
Yeah, you have a point there, AJ.
I could have gone, you could have called him Nemo then, because Australian.
No,
that's Ethan.
yeah.
What's going on, Susie? I know you and I were really into this, and then Will was like, we're going to do a show about this, right? And we're here.
Yeah, you're
well, do you want to tell him whose idea it actually was?
Mine.
That's what I just said.
Oh, it was your idea? Okay, you can take the credit for this one.
Yay. I did it. It was all
I will remember that in the future, though.
Oh, boy. But going into D23, it's a biannual thing. Disney has this huge expo about things to come in the future. It's like E3, just Disney.
Bro, what do you mean? They do D23 every year.
No, they don't.
It's every other year. I looked it up.
Every other year.
It's every other year.
They had one last year.
No, they didn't. 2019 was the last one.
I think you're all lying to me, but okay.
But
I'll let y'all lie.
Let's go into it right away, because I know there's plenty of people in the YouTube verse that are very curious to see what, and she disappeared. And she's gone. But we got a lot of people that are interested in the Disney Company, what they're doing, a lot of the stuff that was talked about that is still very blue sky, which is, just a thought process bubble that they're kind of concepting now. And Susie's wearing the wrong shirt that I just realized, because we're talking about Disney.
Susie went and took a shower, and all of her Disney shirts are dirty.
Oh, dang. You don't have enough then.
Or I wear them way too much.
I guess Disney's going to have to be our friend. We're going in like 2 weeks.
But Susie, once again, brought up some bullet points to hit, because there were so many things that happened within just the movie aspects, the animation, game, parks, travel. So let's get right into it. Susie, take it away.
Did you get some park news that you were extremely excited for?
Well, we're going to go with Will, because I think both Susie and Will know where I'm going to pop at. But Will.
I think we did. I like what they're doing with Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom needed a update, in my opinion.
It does, but why Moana? What about Moana is gonna? Why? That makes no sense.
It doesn't, because there are a lot of animals, like the fishies, and you're in the surfy land, and you're doing the things. and that's all like
because they've also announced Zootopia with that Moana thing going right where Dino Land is. And I can kind of understand Zootopia, but the guy who made Animal Kingdom, Joe Rohde, one of the biggest Imagineers who just retired last year, said Zootopia isn't really about animals. It's the perspective of human life just through the aspect of animals and everything. So I can kind of see it and I can kind of not, but
I think that's what they're going for, is that not so much that the animals are people, but that animals need to be cared for. And they live in all these different environments. And I think that's the angle they're going for. Not that, oh, Zootopia, it has animals in it, let's just throw it in Animal Kingdom. No, I think they're actually coming from it from the perspective that, you know, these animals are part of our ecosystem. It's important to learn about their natural habitats, and Zootopia touches on all of their natural habitats. It's not just, you know, them seeing us seeing them through like human perspective, but like also we get to see, you know, the different climates they lived in, and they are able to build off of that and create an amusement park, or a section of an amusement park where, you know, we can go and we can experience Zootopia and learn more about the animals, which kind of is the point of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, and I understand Zootopia more than I understand.
One of the scenes that they showed from Moana when they announced it was specifically the crab. It was specifically the crab. So in Epcot, they're doing a Moana thing so that you learn about water and its effects and how it moves and all of this other stuff, which is awesome. I think they need to bring it over also to Animal Kingdom, because kind of like Pocahontas is in Animal Kingdom, you know, they do need to touch on Moana just a little bit, because she does deal with these animals, and it's a different atmosphere than what we're used to in Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is all like safari and, you know, that stuff. You get, there's not much Pocahontas in there, so I feel like Pocahontas probably would have been the better choice. But in this aspect, I think Moana brings an edge to Animal Kingdom that we don't have.
And Will, great point, because I feel like Animal Kingdom is the park that needs it anything the most. But I just want to bring it up that our whole beginning of the show was completely gone. YouTube just kind of sent me a message, was like, hey, you're missing 2 minutes and 15 seconds of your open. So I apologize that you guys didn't get to see the wonderful open that was made for us and our introductions. You did hear the first question, so you didn't miss too much. But Susie, Will, AJ, we're talking about Disney's D23, as you guys can see all over your screen right now. But Susie, what are you excited about? What popped?
There were a lot of things that popped. I know my husband is very excited for San Francisco over in Land.
Yeah, DCA, California Adventure.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to make a trip out there in the next, 10 or so years.
Which I'm sorry.
The push up to build it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I had an issue with D23 this year, and
oh no,
everything that they were really throwing out there was in Blue Sky, was like far in advance. And when they normally do Blue Sky, it's 5 to 10 years out. Like, yeah, we got Tron, we got a couple other things that are coming soon, but it's all concept art right now, and there's shit that I want now.
So speaking of the stuff that I want now, one of the things that I was very surprised for is, now these two know that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, my favorite railroad in Magic Kingdom. We have to go on it like a gazillion times. And I've always wondered what they're going to use with, do with the open space that's behind it. I'm kind of excited for to see what they're going to do with it, but I'm kind of happy that they're kind of going on a villains route so far. Because like we've been seeing like concept art, we've been seeing and not from Disney, like clearly from other people, but like that you grow up in any generation, you're like, where are the villains? All you see are these happy-go-lucky characters, but you don't see anything for the villains except for at Boo Bash.
Yeah.
Or Mickey's Not So Scary. The other thing that I'm really excited about, and my co-host is gonna mention it at some point, is the fact that they're bringing back Happily Ever After.
An updated Happily Ever After. They're gonna use the same song, just with different animations.
Yeah, but AJ got married and he used Happily Ever After. I got married and AJ and Jess, his wife, both knew that I wanted to use Happily Ever After to walk into my reception. That is where I wanted to use it. That was my song. I had set that in stone. Like,
your DJ was hilarious. We still have 27 minutes and 13 seconds left.
Yep. I would have been happy for him to play the whole thing.
Right.
Like, go play the whole thing. I don't care. But so for me, and I know for AJ, I can't speak for Will, but I know AJ and I have talked about this at length. This song has a meaning for the two of us that, like, we can't define.
I get choked up even just when they were announcing it. We were on the way to your house, and Jessica's sitting in the passenger seat. And once they started mentioning it, and it's actually happening right now.
When they announced it, you were home because I was still at work.
Oh, wow. I was getting goosebumps when they were talking about it. Because that has been
still at work when they announced it.
That has been the only fireworks show to give me the feels. But a little more background on what Susie was talking about with the Dark Kingdom. That's going to be way back behind Big Thunder Mountain. But they're also talking about bringing Coco in, and also Encanto.
It's not they're talking about it, it's that they are.
No, it's still blue sky, so it could change. That's the AJ.
I was muted. Shut up.
I was like, "Where'd you go?"
But once they break ground is when I really get excited. But for me, you kind of mentioned it. It's Happily Ever After. It's going to be more molded to the 100th year of Disney because we're getting to that in January. But
hey, AJ.
Yes.
Based on a commentary that you and I had today.
Oh shit.
So the 50th.
Yes.
We're celebrating. AJ, me, and Will are all going down for the 50th celebration. AJ made a realization today, and I didn't know the date. I knew it was coming up, but I didn't know the date. We will be in Epcot for its 40th.
Epcot is going to be packed that day.
And we're going the day after, so we'll be fine.
It still might be packed.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know that they're doing anything special on October, the beginning of October for their 40th.
Their special merch is going to be on that day and on that day only.
So I didn't realize that we were going to be there for the 40th. I knew we were going around the 40th. I didn't know it was like that specific day. And then I made the astute realization today. So the 50th is happening currently.
Yeah.
The 40th for Epcot starts on October 1st. January 1st, Disney is starting a celebration of 100 years as a company. Technically, I think that's official in October because it's when Snow White came. I believe it's when Snow White came out. So I'm looking forward to what Disney has to bring to us. Get away from my food.
I'm on that same train with you. I'm very excited because the last 10 or so years, it feels like the parks have been like in the back burner for a lot of things. You know, when they bought Marvel, Star Wars, Fox, everything went to making that stuff better. And yeah, we're going to get Tron, we're getting updates to things, but it's not like how it used to be. They're very cost saving when it comes to the parks. Mm-hmm. But the way they're talking, I am stupid excited, and very much hope that it's closer to the 5 years than it is to the 10 to 15.
Okay, so for the next question, is there a TV show or movie that was announced that you were super jazzed about?
I'm gonna send that to Will first because I know he has everything up in front
Actually,
of him.
can I go first? Because I have two.
Okay.
I have a TV show and I have a movie.
First, while I just re-browse everything.
So Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
That's a Disney thing?
That is a Disney TV show. They are remaking that whole thing. If you have not seen the trailer, please go watch it. I am super jazzed. It looks like it's really being kept close to the books. Rick Riordan is on board with this. So I'm like I'm squealing with joy because this is a book series that I love. And to see it get the love in return, I'm happy. And then the other one I'm looking forward to would probably be Disenchanted. I loved Enchanted as a kid, and I actually was gonna go watch it again, but someone has requested that we do The Boys season 3 tomorrow, so I will be watching that tonight.
I just finished it this morning before work, and
I'm not done yet. So yeah, I mean, those are the two big things that I'm looking forward to. They announced a lot though that I'm super excited about, but I think those two are what I'm like really looking forward to.
I will say, back to The Boys, because why not? Do not watch from episode 6, 7, and 8. Do not watch them at work.
That's why I didn't watch any of them at work.
Well, you could have did 1, 2, 3, 4.
What about 5?
I think 5 was the questionable one.
Okay.
But Will, what are you excited for? Because Susie kind of stole one of mine.
I would say I'm excited for two things. One is Secret Invasion, and the other is Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi. I don't remember hearing.
Yeah, so Tales of the Jedi are 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's 6. I don't know how long they are. Segments. So basically, we're gonna go through Ahsoka and how she feels about all of this. She was at Padme's funeral, all of this stuff. So it's like 6 different stories about Jedi, and it's not just going to be those that are in like Mandalorian and up. We're also covering Qui-Gon Jinn. We're also covering Count Dooku. Like it's gonna be kind of awesome. The animation looks on point, so
I kind of just have one, and Susie stole it. It was Disenchanted. I love that take of. I kind of want to say a ripoff of Snow White in a way, and Cinderella put together. But no, I'm happy the whole cast is coming back. I don't think Patrick Dempsey is kind of aged very well, but Patrick Dempsey's Patrick.
Dude, he is aged amazingly, but it depends on his hair.
Yeah, did you see the full out whiteout?
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I want to know what's up with it. Like, is it for a movie? Is it because he wanted it? Like, if it's because he wanted it, like, fine, go ahead. Like, I'm all for it. But, like, now I just want to know.
I will say, speaking of Patrick Dempsey, congratulations to all the new Disney legends. They just got cemented. I don't know where they're going to put the cement blocks because they stopped doing it in front of the Chinese theater in Hollywood Studios. But, the whole cast of Frozen, and I mean the whole cast of Frozen, Josh Gad had an amazing, funny-ass speech about how he got denied as a Jungle Cruise skipper, and then literally just, I'm going to be a snowman.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. And then they did, so Chadwick Boseman also got one.
Yeah.
Which was, I like.
That hit the feels.
That is going to be hit or miss because everybody's going to, it's going to go both ways of whether it's, a great tribute or if it's not. I think it was a great tribute to what he brought to the Disney company.
Yes, because he did a lot with just Black Panther alone. He did a lot with just Marvel Studios and their the animation, the What If. But I think they also took into account his body of work outside of the company as well, and then I thought it was a great tribute. I very much did. What is thy next bullet point?
Oh, they did kind of basically spoil something about Black Panther too.
I must have missed that.
They basically confirmed that it's Shuri.
Oh, which we kind of all figured.
We all figured, but they never had actually officially said anything on it.
Yeah, but they still haven't officially said anything. I know the cast that was talking about it. They haven't officially said anything. What about video? Were there any video games that kind of caught your eye that you're kind of like?
The one we're playing.
Yeah, actually, I've been playing Dreamlight Valley since I got home.
That long? Holy crap!
Yeah, which is why I'm annoyed that I have to restart it.
But at least you're not that far.
That's true.
I already have 18 hours in the game, so. But Will, any games you're looking forward to?
I'm excited for that they showed in the showcase, but in like little flickers. It kind of saddened me. Not really necessarily. Some of the games I was hoping they would show off, they ended up not. Like, this would have been a perfect time to show off more Kingdom Hearts 4. This would have been so
they don't. I don't know that they ever do Kingdom Hearts 4 at any of the Ds. Because even though it's Disney, it's not Disney.
Was it Square Enix?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Disney owns enough of Kingdom Hearts' rights that they would show it off. Because if you watched it, I don't know if you guys actually watched the actual thing when they were doing like the flicker thing at the end, and with all the different things, Kingdom Hearts 4 did show up. Spider-Man 2 showed up. Wolverine showed up in like the little like reels, and I'm like, why are you showing these games in the reels if you're not showing them at the present? Like,
because there's not enough on Kingdom Hearts 4 yet.
You could have shown Spider-Man 2. It comes out next year. Like, why didn't you just be like, hey, cool new trailer? Otherwise, Disney Speedstorm seems interesting.
It kind of looks like Split Second, if you guys ever played Split Second back in the day. It literally looks like a remake of Split Second. And that was a Disney game as well.
And the not MOBA game Avatar game. The not MOBA Avatar game. Or mobile Avatar game.
Oh.
Okay. Ow, that kind of hurt my brain a little bit trying to...
Well, they revealed 2 Avatar games. I don't remember the names. I don't remember which game was which. But they're making a Avatar console and PC game, which is actually like an adventure game. And then they're making a mobile MMO shooter.
We all know how I feel about shooters.
All right, Susie. I think we got one more question.
2 more.
2 more?
Yes. Was there any announcement that surprised you or that you were happy to have confirmation of?
Well, at least for me, I was very surprised about hearing anything about a possible Dark Kingdom. That was completely out of the blue. While I'm sad and I'm happy that we're starting to learn more about the Tiana Bayou Adventure ride that is going to take the place of Splash Mountain, even though I love Splash Mountain. But more IP seems to be coming into the parks, so
I do like though, because I was very skeptical about Tiana, taking over.
I have another one.
over Splash Mountain, but I'm happy with the direction that they're taking it versus them. Like, I feel like it could have gone way worse.
No, I think it's going to be a fun ride. I just don't like how they explained it, how it's just going to be projectors and mist machines.
Oh, so you heard something different than I did, because I didn't hear about the projectors and the mist machines.
The lady said it right on stage.
I don't think it's going to be mostly projectors and mist machines, though.
I hope not, because I'd rather them use the animatronics that I know they can make. Like, just looking at the Zootopia animatronics and the Frozen animatronics that are over in Japan and Hong Kong, respectively, I would love those.
Yeah, but remember, this isn't coming until 2024.
Oh, I know.
So, I mean, anything could change. But I think they're not going to do as many projectors as, we all fear that they're going to do. But they also have to limit the animatronics because, again, you have to think about the location.
Yeah. But my other thing that I'm really excited for is they're finally bringing the Hatbox Ghost to the Disney World Haunted Mansion.
I have one.
Uh-oh.
Figment is coming to Epcot for meet and greets next year.
Yeah, that one took me out of left field. I was like,
I am so happy they're bringing him back.
In time.
I'm so happy they're bringing him, because he used to be a walk around.
Yeah, and now he's not. And I love the fact that I'm so sad that it's not this year, but I'm so happy that they're doing it.
I will say, when we go down in a couple weeks, and I told Jessica this, I go, you might think I'm so excited for a bunch of other things, but I am so excited for the first time in 18 months. The last time we went? No.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 years from when COVID started and all that stuff. We're actually going to be able to hug characters.
Yes.
That's what I'm excited about. Because then I can play around with Goofy again and make the kids laugh.
Well, were there any announcements that surprised you?
Could I say could the lack of announcement be the surprising aspect?
Sure.
Because you guys kind of covered the things that surprised me that they actually announced. But I was extremely surprised that we didn't get anything on Fantasmic.
Actually, that was my question, is what were you hoping to have an announcement about? And for me, it was Fantasmic.
See, I don't think it's as close as people think it is. That's my thing.
In reading up on it, and it all depends on when they started rehearsals. So in reading up on it, a couple of the experts, if they started rehearsals at the beginning of August, or the end of July, beginning of August, then we should see an opening date sometime in the beginning of October. It's always about 2 months from when they start rehearsals.
I'm wondering if they changed the stage at all, because I know they're taking out the Pocahontas part, and I think it's either Moana or Frozen they're adding, one of the two. I can't remember which one.
I think they're adding both.
But
they're not just they're taking out Pocahontas, but they're adding more than just Moana and Frozen.
I'm excited to see what they do, but we got an opening season for Tron. And
again,
as soon as I want it,
I honestly think we're not going to see Fantasmic until after the new year, to kind of open up with the 100th celebration, because that starts the end of January. Yes.
Starts January 1st.
Does it?
Yes.
I thought it was the end of January.
Everything I saw and everything I was hearing was January 1st. So.
Well, all I'm saying is I don't see it before the end of the year.
I think they're going to come back before the end of the year. And the only reason I think that they're going to come back before the end of the year is because, again, if Disney sticks to the timeline that they've been doing, hoop-de-doo, 2 months, it's running. Any of their other performances, The Lion King, Bugs, 2 months and it's running.
Mhm.
I don't think Fantasmic's going to take more than 2 months for them to get up and running.
Maybe because it's a bigger show with a lot more moving parts to it. It might take them a little longer.
No, because they would have gotten the moving parts worked out before they added all the actors and actresses.
Well, no, I'm talking because they have to be in sequence with those moving parts. That's the only thing I was. Maybe that's why it would take longer. I don't know. I don't know how Disney does their choreograph system.
Yeah, but if their techs are on point, Tech Week should only take like 2 weeks.
Well, we'll see.
But that's if their techs are on point, and that all depends on other factors that nobody knows about.
Yeah,
because there's fireworks involved.
Pyro. Thump,
yeah.
Thump. But
so I mean, we could see Fantasmic after the 1st of January, but I don't know. It seems unlikely that they would start rehearsals and air it after the 1st of January.
We'll see. We'll keep everybody updated because I know there's a lot of.
The website for it is still saying it's coming in 2022. So
maybe holiday then. I don't.
Maybe
beats me, but I'm excited to see the new version of it. But other than that, anybody got anything else? Susie, I know you gotta still answer this question.
Which question am I answering?
Were there any other announcements that surprised you?
I mean, it kind of surprised me that they were bringing Happily Ever After back. The other thing that kind of surprised me was I've always wondered what they were going to do with Dinoland, because it's kind of it didn't die, but it's kind of lacking.
There's 2 rides. You got not Primeval World. It's kind of like the spinny ride.
Primeval World is gone.
Yeah, what's the spinny sit-down ride? Not the roller coaster.
Triceratops?
Yeah, Triceratops spin. And you got Dinosaur, which comes with my favorite photo of Susie, Jessica, and I.
Lightning.
Face of terror.
Yeah. Next time I'll make sure the dinosaur eats you.
I'm all fat. I'm not good for him.
You'd be surprised.
Just
but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do there. I feel like Dinosaur needs an update, but I really don't want to see them get rid of it. I like Dinosaur.
So do I. I don't think they'll get rid of it. Maybe update the ride system a little bit, because if you need a chiropractor, that's the ride you go on.
Yes. Absolutely.
But anybody else got anything before we close her up? And actually, everybody will get to see the open that I throw at the end as well, because YouTube decided to say, hey, your first 2 minutes and 17 seconds are kind of, gone. Sorry.
You got stinky breath. Oh, that made you leave.
Oh, God, we are very much in the red right now. Oh, noes.